Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahlan wa anta taj'alul hazna idha shi'ta sahla. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brothers, sisters and elders. Welcome to our Tajweed class, lesson number 11. Alhamdulillah, with the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have come this far, and inshallah I hope you all have been practicing all the previous lessons and memorized it, because this is not just to cover the subject, it's about the practical aspect which you will implement in your salah, in your dhikr every single day, inshallah. So I request all of you, if you haven't memorized, practiced, implemented all the previous 10 lessons, please stop here and go back and start again, because these emails will be posted to you every Monday morning, inshallah, and it will be there for you. It will be there on the YouTube. You can download, you can share, you can do anything, inshallah, without any amendments to the video, and it will be beneficial for you if you keep up with the previous lessons. So these new lessons are not going anywhere, inshallah. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about our last section of other vowels, which is mad. And mad section is basically a very big, vast section, and there's many categories in mad. But here we are basically just touching on the definition of these other vowels like tanween, sukoon, shadda and mad, and there's many rules to them. So similarly with mad, we're gonna just have a brief introduction about mad. What is mad and what does it look like and what does it entail? Okay, mad means to prolong the sound of the letter. Okay, so to prolong the sound of the letter or elongate or stretch the sound. For example, if we have the letter ba and we make it sound ba, so how long we're gonna stretch this for? This is what we're gonna look into this section, inshallah. Second point is the plural of mad is called mawdud. So when I say the word mawdud, it means that there are more than one mad. Mad can be stretched or prolonged for the maximum of 6 harakat. Okay, so 6 movements. Now it will depend how slow the recitation of an individual is, and it will depend on the way the person is reciting Quran, which qira'ah he's reciting with. So inshallah, without going in any technicality of the tajweed, we're going to inshallah just look overall what does mad means and how many stretches and what does it look like, and other aspects of the mad, inshallah. The rest of the inshallah we'll discuss in the mad section completely further in our lesson, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. So we have covered already long vowels. This is a screen which I have copied from the previous lessons, just to renew that, to remind ourselves that was what we covered, like ba, fatha, ba, and when the alif is joined with that ba, then it makes the sound of ba, which is 2 harakat, 2 movements. So then we have the word on the left hand side, boo. Then we have on the third line, be. Now these 3 words, ba, boo, be, these are having 2 harakat, 2 movements. The reason being is, as you can see in the bubble at the top, alif, waw and ya, these are the letters of mad. These are the letters when they are attached to the letter, after any letter, they will elongate, they will prolong the sound of the word. So ba becomes ba, bu, bi. This is just a quick recap from a previous lesson. And then we also said that if you look at the second column from your left, so ba, alif, fatha, ba. Now this is equal to the most left hand side column, ba, fatha, qa'ima. So they both are going to have two movements, two harakat, two stretch. Then we have second line, ji, and again, and the same line, ji with the kasra qa'ima. Then we have the third line, su. Then we have su with the dhamma maqluba, su, which makes two harakat. Now this is just a quick recap, so I can use this in the table here. In this table you can see the first thing is in the first line we just read ba, ji, su. Now these are the position of this mud is joined. So alif, ya and waw are joined with the letters ba, jim and sin. Hence they elongate these letters. So the position column is telling you that these mud letters, mud symbol, are joined. And how many movements or stretch do they have? 2. Then we have on the second row ba with the fatha qa'ima, jim with the kasra qa'ima, then sin with a dhamma maqluba. Now the position of these vowels, the mud is on top of the ba, below jim and on top of sin, so it can be the top or the bottom. And the stretch or the movements of these letters will be again 2, because it's exactly the same as the first line. Then this is something new which you will see on the screen now for some of the brothers and sisters who are first time learning Tajweed and looking at the letters, and especially our new Muslim brothers and sisters, inshallah. So this symbol is like a tilde sign on the third row, and it will be always on the top of the word or the letter, always on top. And as you can see the example of ba, and it's got the mud sign on top. Then we have the letter jim, and it's got mud sign on top. Now this sign will have a 4 stretch, so you will read as, so the first one was ba, then the second row is again ba, but the third one is ba. So 4 harakat, 4 movements. Then the last row is the big mud. Now this mud is written on the letter ba and letter jim, and it will be again always on the top of the word or the letter. And the elongation of this mud will be for 6 harakat, as we have in Surah Al-Fatiha, وَلَضَّالِّينَ. So we have 6 harakat on ba, because it's got this mud. Now this mud is sometimes called as big mud, and the one before it on the third row is called a small mud. Again, it depends which script you are reading. If you are reading a South African print, then you will read the first one, the second and the third row. These 3 mud will be used, not the fourth one. The fourth one is replaced with the third one. And how do you know if it's 4 harakat or the 6 harakat? This we will learn in detail in the section of mud, and it's not difficult, it's easy. The last mud is especially written in the Indo-Pak print of Quran, and it's very easy to differentiate between them all. Now before I finish this session, I just want to refer you to the first slide which we started our lessons with, which was Surah Al-Fatiha, the opener, the first chapter of the Quran, the chapter which you read 17 times in a day in your prayers if you read only the compulsory obligation units of the prayers. So there is no prayer of a person if he does not read Surah Al-Fatiha, as it's mentioned in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا صلاة لمن لم لا يقرأ بفاتح الكتاب. There is no prayer of the person, of the individual who has not read the Surah Al-Fatiha. Fatiha al-Kitab means the first chapter, Surah Al-Fatiha. So, inshallah, if I want each and every single one of you to pause the video now and go and get the Quran, if it's difficult and it's very small print on the screen, and have a look in your Quran and follow these rules, inshallah. So, I'll wait for you, inshallah. You can pause this now. Okay, excellent. You've got Quran now on your mobile or physically the Quran, alhamdulillah, and inshallah you are in wudu. So we're going to start from the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this is Surah Al-Fatiha, and then you're going to focus on the letters, how it's been read, where it's elongating, and how many stretch he is doing. So I'm going to start now, inshallah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen. Jazakumullah khair. So please go back in the video again and just follow the recitation and have a look where he has been elongating the words. For example, Alameen. So on A and at the end of all the ayat like Meen, Rahim, Middin, Nasta'een, Mustaqim, and when it comes to the last word Waladhalin, here elongates for 6 harakat. So this is the longest harakat, and is also called Mad Lazim, where with the one we read in the slide before, that this is for 6 harakat. That's called Mad Lazim, which means the compulsory mad. So you have to read that for 6 harakat. Inshallah, this session has been beneficial for you. Please do practice this. Like I said before, without practice, there's no point going further. You can pause this lesson up to today and catch up from behind, inshallah, and then you can move forward. Okay, Jazakumullah khair for listening. Barakallahu feekum. Any questions you have, please do not forget to post on the WhatsApp group or just email me, and inshallah I will try my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Jazakumullahu khairan wa barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.